like I am in a sorority, so I am around a lot of frat guys. I found that
She's in a sorority, so she's around a lot of frat guys.
She belongs to the streets.
Absolutely.
I am more attracted to the ones that are quieter, that don't go out as often.
Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. Listen to what this woman just said. This is just the biggest crock of shit I've ever heard. I don't like the outgoing gregarious ones. I like the guys who are quiet and reserved. Said no woman ever. She's talking like she's 41.
To hit that stride yet where the dude's like, oh, we're fucking lit. You're like, oh Christ, that means he wants to be the center of attention in the whole fucking room, which means he's a fucking lame. Versus like, oh my God, it's the guy that's most lit.
To be fair, like I am in a sorority, so I am around a lot of frat guys. I found that I am more attracted to the ones that are quieter, that don't go out as often.
And is that a recent shift or was it always like that?
It was a recent. I used to fuck with a drug dealer.
Hey.
That was very.
Stop, Noel.
I used to fuck with a. Wait, I'm sorry. I beg your jargon?
I am more attracted to the ones that are quieter, that don't go out as often.
And is that a recent shift or was it always like that?
It was a recent. I used to fuck with a drug dealer.
Hey.
That was very.
Stop, Noel.
That was a very intense, just like way of going. Like when I was with him, and I really just like didn't like that. And I felt like when I moved on from that, I went for more like one that.
Okay, that's the first guy who's probably alpha widowed her, guys. That's the first guy that probably alpha widowed her. A drug dealer. She fucked with a drug dealer. I wonder how long this relationship lasted.
Doesn't stick out as much, you know, like just kind of keeps to himself. Like one of the last guys, the one that I was talking about that I met last semester, he was like in construction, but he like was going to school to get a higher education to do better in that construction company. But he was still working when he was at school. Like he would work.
Yeah, translation, he was boring. Girls, listen, young hot women, they're going to choose the drug dealer over the construction worker 11 times out of 10, guys. It's not the way it should be, but that's the way it is.
Get up at like 7, go on his computer, do all this shit for like the whole day, and only had classes at certain times. And I liked that he was a hard worker and like didn't go out as much because he was working.
Yeah, so what happened to him? Where is he now? Where is he now? See, I like that because he was such a hard worker. So then what happened? Is he your husband?
Like, you know, even though he wasn't technically a frat guy.
Did you ride around with the dude while he was making his...
See, and again, this is a missed opportunity for Kevin. This is a missed opportunity for Kevin. What he should have asked, just so, you know, out of curiosity, what happened to the construction worker guy? That's when you get women to, this is when you can get women to tell on themselves, is just asking them questions and just watching their hamster in overdrive, trying to find a way to describe the experience without incriminating themselves.
Drug deals? Yes. Dude, if you ain't riding around with him, you ain't fucking a drug dealer.
No, they would come to his house. I would be there. I'd wake up and people would come and be like, and I'd just be like, oh my God.
Oh, he was the president of the trap.
I'm sorry. I forget which of the 10 Crack Commandments of Biggie Smalls, but he says, I forgot how it goes exactly. He said, never sell where you rest at. Even if they want an ounce, tell them bounce. This idiot had people coming to his house to pick up drugs?
It was bad.
President of the trap.
Yeah, did you see some ugly shit?
It was bad, but you were still fucking him. Make that make sense.
Like, not like, it wasn't that crazy. I mean, it was just more like we'd be chilling at his house and then he'd get like a knock on his bedroom door, not even like his house door, like his bedroom door. They'd be like, can I get this? And I'd be like, whoa. Cause like I was never like, he like sold coke.
I was gonna say,
it was like,
he sold what?
Bedroom door. They'd be like, can I get this? And I'd be like, whoa. Cause like I was never like, he like sold coke.
I was gonna say,
oh, he sold cocaine. So, and listen, if you sell weed, that doesn't count as a drug dealer anymore. That doesn't, listen, if you sell weed, that you're not a drug dealer anymore because weed is legal. If you sell cocaine, you are a drug dealer.
It was like coke and like everything like kind of beyond that.
And that's what that's got you character.
And so I was just like, I mean, when I met him, I didn't know that.
No.
And
Stop the cap.
Dude, there it is. When I met him, I didn't know that. So when did you find out?
then it came about, and that kind of, you know, skeeved me, but I didn't really like that.
How long did you hang around?
It was like 2 months.
2 months?
It was.
Women always telling themselves.
Okay, at least it wasn't like a 3-year thing.
Oh God, no. It was more of just like I like witnessed it, kind of got upset about the whole thing, and then just like fuck that.
It's funny. The last girl we know.
That is all cap.
It's not a stereotype. Women love danger, and women are aroused by danger.
There you go.
Did you guys know that? Have you not noticed yet that you guys are aroused by danger? You were the first example.
All right. Well, to be fair, like I said, going in, I didn't know, and then I found out, and it definitely like it pushed me away. Like I don't.
Oh, stop it! Stop it!
I'm like not like I.
Okay. So women just like the bad boy for no fucking reason.
I didn't know.
No, I just listen. I'm not making a bad.
Look at her. See, she can't take accountability. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. So this guy did so. So let me get this straight. You're okay with him snorting cocaine. You're okay with him doing lines, but him selling cocaine, that's where you drew the line. Is that it? Remember, she knew that he did cocaine, guys. She said it earlier. I knew he did cocaine. That wasn't a red flag?
Example out of you. It's in your fucking nature, okay? Otherwise, you'd be with some fucking dork. The only problem is it's difficult for women to discern that feeling. Like, any excitement is just exciting. It just penetrates you. It's just exciting, like metaphorically penetrates you.
It's not the only thing that penetrates
you.
him.
Wow, this is exciting, and sometimes you can't figure out why it's exciting. And sometimes there's something feel a little wrong. It's almost so wrong that it's a little right. And then if it's really bad, you're sensible. You're like, okay, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Unfortunately, if you're a little bit more airheaded, you're like, this is really bad, but it's still exciting, and you stay.
Yeah. Look, women never give us the whole story. They never, ever, 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 ever give the whole story. I believe he was a drug dealer, number one. Number two, I believe it probably lasted for a little longer than 2 months. But number three, we'll never know how that relationship ended. We'll never know how that relationship ended because she's not going to tell us. So, dude, this 21-year-old college chick dated a drug dealer. She dated someone who did and sold cocaine. And it's funny, when men go out into the world and they meet a woman like this, they meet a woman with no discernible hotels, right? But you just never, ever know what these bitches have done. You never, ever know. And at some point, you start to realize, dude, this girl is really kind of fucked up. Like, why is she like this? Well, yeah, she used to date a drug dealer, so she's probably already broken, if not close to it.
I mean, a lot of girls come from like a lot of wealth, so to them it's exciting because it's different, but also at the same time, like she was saying, it kind of like killed all of it. Like, how long between you finding out he sold drugs?
Good question.
Like, what was the time period between you knowing?
I mean, I knew he sold weed, which was like.
So she knew he sold weed, and selling weed, like I said, is not a drug dealer.
You know, like you said, that's like whatever. And then like one of his roommates brought it up, and I think it was probably like.
Answer the question. How long did you stay with him after you found out he sold cocaine?
3 weeks in. So it was like, because we had been like hanging out like once or twice a week. Like, it wasn't like anything, like we were not hanging out every day. Yeah. And
that means they were hanging out almost every day. Do you see how she's trying to distance herself from this guy, right? He was a drug dealer and he was bad and this and that and the third, but I wasn't with him for that long. And I didn't know he was a drug dealer, and it wasn't really that serious. We only fucked like twice a week.
It like came up, and I was like, because I knew he did coke, but I didn't know he sold it.
Oh, bingo, there it is. She knew he did coke, but didn't know he sold it. Oh, okay, so he does cocaine rather than sells it. I think I can live with that.
That's good.
All right.
That's just college people.
Okay, yeah, that was all right.
Yeah. There you go. Did you see this? Did you watch this woman glitch out when she doesn't have an answer? Watch, she literally glitches out. She glitches out when Kevin's like, oh yeah, well, basically saying what is, oh yeah, that's good. He did cocaine, but he didn't sell it. Oh, okay. And she realizes, okay, yeah, I'm accountable. I knew he did cocaine when I got with him, and that's fucked up. See, what Kevin is doing is holding up a mirror to her judgment. No one has ever said to her, dude, you dated a dude who does and sells cocaine. You fucked up. Watch her glitch out.
Every day. Yeah. And it like came
Watch.
up, and I was like, because I knew he did coke, but I didn't know he sold it.
Oh, that's good.
All right.
That's just college people.
Look.
That was all right. Listen,
No, you're
that
fine,
was the
you're
beginning. That was like a year and a half ago, and that was just not good.
See that? Always a way out. Always a way to reduce her accountability. I didn't know he was a drug dealer. When I first met him, I knew he smoked weed. I knew he sold weed. When I found out, I didn't see him that often. We only hung out twice a week. This was like a year and a half ago. She's 21 years old. So you're a 19-year-old fucking a drug dealer. And a 19-year-old fucking a drug dealer can, especially who looks like that. This girl has 100% been fucked by niggas. Real shit. A bitch that looks like her that goes to college with tits like that? Oh, yeah.
On my end.
Do you think it's a bad thing to admit that danger and edgy behavior is somewhat attractive, even though it shouldn't be, because everything that's wrong feels kind of right and exciting?
Oh, I think so.
That's like
I mean,
that's the worst part about our nature
Wow, did she just keep it real?
to be a little bit more steep in female nature.
Yeah,
Little
that last podcast take was absolutely ridiculous.
What last
Francesca
podcast
said?
take?
What Francesca said? That was.
Oh yeah, we had a
finest
girl on the
example
we had a
of
girl on the
that.
last podcast that she likes to be fucked with a gun put to her head. That's being aroused by a near-death experience.
Holy
Yeah,
God.
that was crazy.
Dude, I never felt less hardcore in my life. I thought I was in the hardcore section. I just threw that all out the fucking window after that podcast.
Kevin's like, well, I'm done for.
Basically. Why is it so quiet in here? What's the problem? Am I saying something that's wrong? Y'all are not aroused by
No, you
danger?
just like talking.
Y'all are not aroused by danger? Well,
I
then
feel
tell
like
me
there's
why.
like there's like a happy medium where
Oh,
it's like
here
alright,
we-
we want to go out and do like things not like that, but like
A happy medium. See, there she goes. There she goes. She's trying to admit that she likes danger without admitting that she likes danger. There is no happy medium with danger, boo. It's either dangerous or it's not.
you know what I mean? Like
No, I don't know what you mean. Kevin needs, especially with Noelle, to really extrapolate the truth out of her. When she says, do you know what I mean? Just like Myron and Fresh. No, I don't know what you mean. Explain it to me.
Okay, the thing is what kind of threw me off about the last podcast
Yeah,
it was like I feel like you saw things very black and white when there is like a gray area. for
Here we
most-
go.
A majority of things.